From the doctor to patient, David Tennant tells us about his latest role as a car crash victim. It's 8 minutes to 7. We're used to seeing him as the good doctor, but for his latest role, the actor David Tennant is very much the patient.
He's starring in Recovery, a new BBC drama which tells the story of a car crash victim who wakes from a coma only to find his personality has completely changed. Susanna Reid went along during the filming to meet the cast.
Excuse me, are you my wife? Excuse me, are you my wife? Excuse me, are you...
I mean, you can't really imagine what that must be like, certainly to be married to somebody who becomes a different human being. I mean, it's our brain is our personality, is our thoughts, is our world. And if that gets knocked even a couple of degrees sideways, you become fundamentally very different.
It inevitably affects his whole personality,
Yeah.
and therefore his interaction with his wife
Absolutely.
and his children.
Yeah.
That must be extremely hard in those situations for the people around the person who's suffered, but also for the person themselves.
Alan! Alan! What are you doing?
What do you lock me in for?
You could have just... Hang on, let me just get you something on. Come on, I get.
I think probably the worst moment for someone who suffered this is the moment they realise that they're a different person. That immediately after the accident, there can be quite a kind of blithe period where you're not actually aware of how different you've become. And I suspect possibly the darkest day, and certainly for Alan's character, is the moment when he realises my brain doesn't work like it used to.
Do that.
Yeah.
I play Tricia Hamilton, who is the wife of Alan Hamilton, played by David. And I suppose Tricia is a fighter, you know, a natural fighter. She's put in a very difficult position where she has to start caring for her husband. And the play is really about her journey, her discovery of who she has to be now. She can't be the old Tricia, she has to turn into somebody else to make his life easier, really. So she's a tough cookie, but she's got a big heart.
So how did you put yourself then in the mindset of someone who has to deal with this situation?
It was quite lucky, actually. Before we started shooting, we went to visit a family in Teddington who the husband was in a crash and has a brain injury. And we all sat around a table and had pizza and a bottle of wine and just chatted, really. And I specifically chatted to the wife. And it was really, really useful just to hear her point of view on something, you know, and how she coped and what she has to do to get through the day and what she's had to give up in her life. So that research was incredible. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it without that, I don't think.
It's going to take a lot longer to get home, and the journey will never be the same again.
And you can see Recovery on Sunday at 9 o'clock in the evening on BBC One.
It looks fascinating.